I'm Natalie, welcome back to the gym. This is my channel, the ProFit Golf channel. So if you're a golfer looking to improve your golf fitness in terms of exercises, mobility, flexibility, strength, you're in the right place. And this video today contains 2 stretches to help you get more flexible in your golf swing. So we know the golf swing is quite a demanding movement. We need mobility, we need rotation. We also need an element of flexibility as well in terms of stretch, particularly in the backswing. So there's 2 exercises here to help you work through the rib cage, trunk and back area to help you become a more flexible golfer. For the first exercise, we're going to be down on the ground, and I'm just using a little cushion here to rest my elbow on. So if you're at home, you can use a pillow or a gym mat folded up or a little towel, just something for a bit of support. Now, the idea of this exercise is to create a stretch through the sides of the rib cage, so particularly through our obliques, through the top portion of the lats, and a little bit through the serratus as well. And the reason why that's important as golfers is because we have to have the ability to stretch and mobilize and move through the rib cage in order to create rotation. So think about that high top of the backswing position as opposed to coming around yourself flat. What we're looking for is that bit of stretch where we can really move this tissue and rotate well. So to do this exercise, get yourself down, just pop your elbow and your forearm onto your cushion here, and then we're looking for one knee down on the ground. So this is my right knee staying down on the floor, and then I'm going to use my top leg and get it as straight as I possibly can. So from here, if I lift myself up, I'm looking to try and keep my left foot here nice and flat to the ground. So for a lot of golfers, the mobility in the ankle will be a bit of a limiting factor here. So you may just have to roll your foot off. So you're resting on the ridge of your shoe as opposed to a flat foot like this. But do your best to keep this leg nice and straight as you're doing it. So whether it's here or it's here, one knee down, this leg nice and straight. Spare hand, you're going to reach all the way over as far as you can, nice straight arm. Really feel like as you reach, it almost separates the ribs, creates a stretch through the top of the rib cage here. When you found that position, all we're going to do is breathe naturally. So to inhale, I'm going to keep my mouth closed and breathe in. As I create that breath, you should feel a big stretch on this top portion of the rib cage here, where you feel the ribs expand and just open up. Hold it in for a second, and then you're going to breathe out with an open mouth. As you make that breath out, you should feel the underneath ribs here nip together, sort of contract, and just get a little bit tighter. And all we're going to do is run through a few breaths. So in, mouth closed, out, mouth open. Like that. So roughly we'd be looking for around about 5 to 10 breaths, just nice and slow, nice and smooth. The idea is how much can you inhale through the nose and then how much can you exhale through the mouth. It should feel to you almost like you melt into the position of the stretch. So rather than fighting against it, it becomes quite comfortable. I don't want to say easy, but easier to do. If you're finding that position particularly tough, we can go to a slightly easier version, which would be same here with the elbow. This time stack both knees together, lift that bottom hip up so we've got some height, and exactly the same. Sweep that top arm over into a big stretch here, and then you run through the breath pattern. So in, and then out. All the while you're breathing, really keep this stretch and this nice straight arm overhead. So the key thing is you're breathing slow and controlled, melt into the stretch, don't fight it, give it a go. This video is sponsored by GX Golf Gloves, quality gloves worn by elite amateurs and tour pros. Perfect for club golfers because you still get an awesome quality golf glove without having to pay the money of the bigger brands. You can get 10% off your next purchase by using the code PRO10. For the second exercise, we're going to continue to work through the rib cage, this time hitting a little bit more through the lats than we did on that first exercise. I'm over on the squat rack. You don't need the rack. This can be a wall or just something you can grab onto, like the banister rail at home is perfect. So what we're looking for here is the similar sort of thing. Really controlled in terms of the breathing, creating a stretch overhead, working through the rib cage. So what I'm going to do is take my grip on the squat rack here, thumb pointing down, flat hand, and this creates a straight arm, a little bit of a stretch over the shoulder, but a nice straight arm. This is going to be roughly hand level to shoulder height. You may have to play around with it a little bit and go up or down depending on how much you can actually feel the stretch. So I'm going to go level to my shoulder. I'm going to take the same side foot, so my right foot, my right arm, just take it back around about a step and keep it on your tiptoes. From there, if you just soften both your knees a little bit and then push back into this right hip. So I've driven this right hip, pushed it backwards, so I'm back into my pelvis. This lengthens my spine here, and it also lengthens this line even further. Once you've hit those positions, you can place your hand on your ribs and just rotate your upper body. This hip will go with you a little bit. So your head is in this gap here that your arm creates. So when you've hit that gap, we do the breathing that we did from exercise number 1. Mouth closed, inhale. Long, deep inhalation. You should feel all the air come to this panel here through the right-hand side of your rib cage, and hopefully, if you do it correctly, just touch the top of your pelvis. When you've done that, you can breathe out. Feel the ribs and the abs contract a little bit, and then it's just a case of repeat this breathing pattern. So in, hold it a second, and then out. So as you're repeating those breaths, what we're getting is expansion of the rib cage. So we're creating that space and that mobility through the ribs. And we're also creating that big long stretch here over the shoulder, running down the obliques and the lats. Again, really similar from exercise number 1, allowing you to create these stretch positions here, particularly through the backswing. For this exercise, again, I'd be looking at doing both left and right hand sides. I'm working for something around 5 to 10 breaths on each side. This is a quality over quantity drill, so it's really important that you focus on the breathing. The better your breathing is, the more you will get from this stretch in particular. So take your time, really focus on the technique and the quality. If you can't feel the stretch, just play around with that hand position, bring it higher, bring it lower, and see how you go from there. So that was 2 golf-specific stretches to help you create more flexibility in your golf swing, particularly in the backswing. Well worth adding those to your daily and your weekly routine. You can use them as well as a little warm-up before the driving range, before lessons, or before next time you go out on the course. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button for a like. Hopefully this will help your golf swing. Thanks for being with me on my channel, and don't forget you can share this channel or this particular video with your golfing mates and the members at your golf club as well. Any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you next time with a brand new topic.